me wanna get all in the yo. Top mistress of the videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the make you feel it all in your toes. Ha, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that.
Really wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And we're off and running from Houston. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. From the 37. He's on the move. Now he takes it. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that brings up 4th and short.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Running for it, Mixon. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
11. Hey, go.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Escapes the pocket. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Putting a receiver in motion. From the 36. He gets this one to Strange. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Bails out of the pocket quick. And oh, he got it! Interception! Christian Harris picks it off. And the Texans take over on his 5th interception of the season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Why, Tony. All right.
From the gun, Stroud. He throws a bullet to this. They connect on the deep shot. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. Tank Dell the touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Parker Washington with the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Play made that time by Danico Autry. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, hey, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over.
He's keeping it. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Hey, Ron. Go. Go, let's go.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. That pass caught by Strange. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
23.
Lawrence working from the gun. Escapes out to the left. He just throws this one away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Hey, go.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. He's on the move. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Now he'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Penalty not helping their cause for this third down.
Red on red.
Lawrence to throw it. Able to find Strange here. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
The kick by Shudak is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Oh, ready?
They send a man in motion. First down, Stroud. On the move, headed right. Connects with Mechie. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 4. Buys time, rolling right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Stroud now on 3rd. Look at all this time. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be Jaguars football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion. Here we go.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Hey, kill.
1st down throw, Lawrence. And like Like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Got Washington. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Etienne on first down. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Christian Harris on the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 34. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. 7-3. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. Lawrence looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
Never eat shredded wheat. North, east, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on third downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And no return, as this is going to be a touchback. And with our new kickoff rules starting this year, the ball only comes out to that 20-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Oh, ready.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
He fires one deep down the middle. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead to 7. Tank Dell the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans grow their lead to 8. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Washington now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion.
Gun. 30 left.
Lawrence throwing here. He beams one deep right side. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
The defenders are there to get him at the line. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Look at hot, look at hot. Hey.
Shotgun now, 1st round. Got his target, it's Higgins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. 1st and 10, are on to Mixon. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Oh, hey. South.
Keeping it with Mixon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Working quickly here. From the gun on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. Everly's kick is good. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And look at this return. And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on the short field. And you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
A great play defensively. They forced a loss despite the penalty, and they just went ahead and declined it. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now it's Lawrence. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, you give him another foot of space, and he's going to bring that in for a nice gain. The throw, it just didn't give him enough real estate to establish possession before he hit the sideline.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. They're just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Lengthy 4th down try here. They need 6.
Easy. Route. 11.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. And it falls incomplete. So So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Going right side, mixing with it. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the gun, Stroud. They left him wide open. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans making a 3-possession game. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans push their lead to 18. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Jaguars with a 1st and 10. Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker.
Hey, I'm gun. Here we go, Zahan.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Getting out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away. You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that, it's a good thing he woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Oh, no, they get him yet again. That is Kyler Gordon.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Stroud throwing here on 1st. And a man is there to knock that away. Could not beat the defender there. So that brings up 2nd down. Here's Stroud. Higgins makes the catch. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
11. Hey, uno.
Throwing is Stroud. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So 2nd down coming up.
Here we go. Hey, uno more.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans continue piling onto this lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure, earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Chased out to his right. That pass caught by Strange. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Flushed down now to his left. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
24.
From the red zone now. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars chop some of the lead off before the half. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars make it an 18-point game. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Damian Pierce now to return it. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Washington now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Rolling left, buying some time. Throwing on the run, deep down that left side. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Lawrence to throw it. Got a man, it's Thomas. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars make it an 11-point ball game. On now is Cook to kick this away. Pierce now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Oh, ready.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st down, Stroud. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Why, Tony?
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Collins there to grab it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Jaguars are going to take over from deep in their own side. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey. Take right open.
Now Lawrence. Pass is hauled in by the running back.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Hey, smash. Hey, kill. Go, let's go. Silver.
Lawrence throwing here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I've noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
He gets this one to Strange. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
11. Here we go.
2nd and 10 now. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. 1st down, ball at the 36.
Hey, kill.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's throwing deep to the left side. They connect on the deep shot. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
He's throwing for it. Escapes out to the left. And the pass is the right call on the two-point try, but we've got Laundry on the field, so let's listen. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Getting another shot at two here.
Red on red. 11-11. Sink right.
Lawrence working from the gun. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Azeez Al-Shire has it. Oof, backed up 10 yards. Seemed like a better spot to maybe pack it in and just try to kick it. Pretty tough to convert from the 12.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kate. And actually, we see these other leagues trying to incorporate a 1-point, 2-point, 3-point from a distance like this, and they almost never go for it because the odds are pretty long in getting the conversion.
Pierce now on the return. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Out of the shotgun, a gift to Mixon. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker on the stop.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 now. Completed to Collins. And he crosses midfield before going out. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Here we go.
A give to Mixon up the middle. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
South. 11.
Trying again, following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
All right. Hey, uno more.
Here's Stroud. He's going to push one deep down the... Brought in inside the 20. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Working inside the red zone. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So it'll be second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Why, Tony? Good eye.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He brings it in. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Texans hold an 11-point advantage. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans push the lead up to 12. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion.
Lawrence now off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He puts some power on a deep one left. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. He'll get this to Etienne. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. Completed left-sided Thomas. But massive hit. The ball is out. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Hey, run!
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, let's go. Here we go.
He'll throw it yet again. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Red 23.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Drops. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
He's on the move. And he slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that 1st down. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throwing now from the gun. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Ready up.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Now Lawrence. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's